Thank you, everyone. God bless you. You have asked for our beloved Lady Master Nada to come, and she has dictated to me a beautiful message, which I will read to you, and then if she has additional commentary, we will be open to receive it. And the title of her heart stream is, "What flower of love are you? What divine aroma will you emanate?" She says, "Dearest ones, I am your Nada, blessing you today with my fragrance of rose, which originates from my loving communion with the Divine One. I now anoint you with this special attar to bring you into a higher resonant communion with your own divine self and with the Christic light within your own heart. I ask, blessed ones, what flower of God are you? What fragrance do you emanate through your heart? There are many aromatic flowers through which the precious elementals aerate the atmosphere with heavenly glory. Would you be, for heaven upon earth, a rose like me? Or maybe a jasmine, a gardenia, a lilac, a violet, or a lily of the valley? Would you be a magnolia, a lavender, a honeysuckle, or an azalea? Or do you prefer the fragrance of daffodils, freesias, forsythias, hyacinths, or the amaryllis? Or maybe wisterias, peonies, petunias, heliotropes, or sweet peas? Is your aroma more like evening stock, sweet alyssum, night phlox, various citrus flowers, or the mock orange? You see, each being within our cosmos emanates a particular sacred tone, a specific color essence, an individual geometric form, and a unique aroma. Each of these reflects who you are as a divine being in embryo, a son or daughter of God, self-realizing your eternal nature of beauty. When you rise more and more in vibration to become closer and closer to God, you also refine these aspects of self in order that God within you glorifies and magnifies God within our collective universe of light and love. When you are sensitive to other light streams, you acknowledge their divine design, the image and likeness of God in which they were created. You see their divinity through a heightened awareness of Christic vision. And you behold the greater being who they are in potential, rather than the imperfect human that they outwardly seem to be. In fact, beloved ones, this immaculate conception of others is also key to your own attainment of higher consciousness and solar awareness. Since what you place your attention upon, you become, it is much better to behold perfection within all life, so that you magnetize that holy image to yourself. Angels of immaculate vision, come now and clothe these, your sons and daughters of light, in their eternal light temples of glory, in their rainbow bodies of perfection. Harmonize them within God's joy field of grace. Infuse them with many ethereal floral essences from the heart of the Divine Mother. Bestow upon them a new glory, so that they may work with the angels of spirit to bring new quintessences of virtue to our earth and her peoples everywhere. Beloved ones, it is time for you to blossom and to be fully ensconced in divine light. It is time for you to emanate the full glory of your solar selfhood as a blessing to our earth. It is time to rise, to distill the holy fragrances of Elysia within your heart, and to bear them to others with joyful expectancy and creative flair. Just as there are many mansions in heaven, of which Jesus spoke, so there are many gardens and divine spheres of light, where you can meditate and receive inspiration from the ascended host and the devas of cosmic joy. I invite you to come to my abode and be infused in the holy botanical essences and frequencies of these etheric realms, so that you may use them as spiritual essential oils to anoint others upon earth. As you work with beloved Leto and beloved Meta and beloved Mother Mary to attend to the things of the Spirit where you are, so I will also teach you other mysteries of light that can only be conveyed from these higher regions of cosmic space. Rise, O soul, into your fire bodies of light, and know who you truly are, as I behold and know you even now. Thank you for your precious hearts, whose love songs sing in adoration of God always. I am your Nada. This was Nada's beautiful message, and I thank her for her great love. You know, many of the images of Nada that have been painted by artisans of the spirit show her with a rose. And she is a friend of Rose of Light and of many, many Ascended Lady Masters who also convey these beautiful aromas when they come to us, when they descend into our dimension of being. And often we can, if we are sensitive, smell one or more of these floral fragrances when they do come. After I received this beautiful message, I walked out of my office, and there was an amazing fragrance, like the most beautiful incense of a combination of aromas. And it wasn't there before. It was unique in that moment of blessedness. Maybe as she was trailing great garments of glory, having first overshined me for this message and then departing back to higher spheres. I pray that some of you, as she said, are sensitive enough to also both feel her presence of love and at times maybe catch a glimpse of her through your finer or higher vision center, and then maybe, like me, smell this beautiful incense-like aroma of pure love, pure joy, pure creativity, pure compassion and kindness. So it's interesting, you requested Lady Master Nada, and also within the last 2 days, she came before, because those in Mexico requested her. I think it was Thursday. So I'm grateful that Nada was willing to come twice this week, and each message was different and very unique and powerful. She is a beautiful, beautiful Lady of Light, and of course she serves on the Karmic Board, on the love ray of the Karmic Board. Even though she is a 6th ray Chohan on the Karmic Board, she serves in the seat or office of the pink ray of divine love. And we know of a few of her embodiments, yet she is somewhat of a little bit more mysterious Lady Master, not knowing many, many lifetimes, but a few. And in her last life, as we heard, she had many brothers and sisters and prayed for them and held the flame for them. And then she ascended. So, since this part of our time together is only about half of the time that was set aside, if you have any questions for Beloved Nada that are important or that you would like clarification on, please feel free to ask. I see now a text that says, "Hi David, may I ask please you to talk to us a little bit about justice in our lives and forgiveness and love." Well, justice can be mercy, she says, and the Karmic Board knows this, because when justice is meted out or conveyed or released, it can seem like judgment upon one, yet for the other, it can be freedom, it can be liberation, it can be complete joy and the mitigation of previous sorrow. When an evildoer is either taken out of the equation by being bound or kind of spiritually imprisoned, or at least no longer able to affect things negatively in one's life or upon the earth, So justice is something that comes to all of us through the law of karma, the law of cause and effect. Yet when we are aware of ourselves and our past choices, and we realize that justice is always in the process of being fulfilled in how we experience life and the interplay of our karma through the actions of others, the words of others, especially those closest to us and those who we seem to spend a fair amount of time, family members and bosses and co-workers, etc., we can be a lot more aware that these people may be a person who is part of the dynamic of our self-realization and may press our buttons, may say things that irritate us, may do things that outwardly seem to be problematic, and yet which we may have to experience and go through in order for us to grow and to master ourselves, to master our emotions, master our thoughts. Sometimes our highest spiritual growth occurs through people that really irk us or challenge us, because this is the way that we learn mercy, kindness, grace, to maintain our harmony, our peace, our equanimity. And if it's like when you climb a mountain, the mountain is not smooth. The mountain has crags and rocks all the way up to the summit for us to actually step upon to go up higher. If the face of the mountain was smooth, how would we ascend? So things in life are not always smooth. We have to have the challenges and the opportunities that others present to us for us to master ourselves and to learn forgiveness and love. So praise God for your seeming enemies who, when you look at them from a higher perspective, they may actually be divine friends who we chose to interact with before we incarnated in order to master some aspect of ourself. Now, I spoke recently about some interaction I had recently with my brothers and sisters in Denver. One of my brother's wife passed, so all 10 of us were there. I have 9 brothers and sisters, 6 brothers and 3 sisters. So there's 10 of us. And, most of them, if not all of them, don't really believe in what I'm doing. Some are more vociferous about it as being inauthentic, and others just allow me to be who I am. They know who I am. They know what I do, and yet, even if they don't resonate with it all, they are not judgmental about it. So I chose my brothers and sisters, and they chose me to be in this family. We chose our parents, and our parents chose us. So we may as well try to get along, to love each other, and to appreciate the uniqueness of each one's aroma, frequency, tone, geometric form, vibration, all of these, and the color of their aura, or colors. So Nada gave us a key, right, about these different aspects of ourself that we emanate and broadcast through our being. So when we focus, as she says, upon the divinity of each person, we, by highlighting that, also, in an enlightened self-interest way, help ourselves. It doesn't help us to judge or criticize others, because we will then receive the return current of that judgment or criticism. It will come back to roost upon us, and then we will have to deal with that energy by learning to be compassionate, loving, kind. So the key to dealing with the seeming injustices of the world and of situations is to realize that it's all an interplay of light, vibration, and consciousness. And when we go beyond the veil, we can see what it is that God is laying out before us for us to learn. What is the universe telling us right now? What is the next lesson for us to learn and master? Because we're always in this school of life and light. And we always will be as we ascend in consciousness, and even after our ascension, we're always going to be learning. It never stops. So if our learning stopped, we may as well not even exist, because then there's no evolution or no advancement or the unfolding of our nature. If we're not learning and growing, we're not really living. We're just kind of abiding, right? So we have to be learning and growing and evolving to really be living. So let's get on with living and loving and master all these aspects of self, and then things will flow a little more smoothly. Not that they will always be perfect, because this is not a perfect world. In this domain, and this vibrational frequency, things are not perfect as they are in heaven, as they are ideal in heaven. So is there another question?
Thank you, David. Does anyone have a question?
I had one in regards to, hi David, this is Faye. In regards to Lady Nada's comment about each of us emanate certain aroma, is there fair to say if we are prone to certain type of aroma ourselves, like I like, for example, any perfumes or anything with gardenia, would that be like my scent, or how do I understand this, that what is my scent and aroma? This is what I really like to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think what you really, really resonate with is probably some aspect of your aroma. So if you love gardenia, then you are like a gardenia flower in the way that you present yourself to the universe, and that is, you know, your major aroma. You can be a combination of things, but you know, it's just like snowflakes. Every snowflake is unique, and even every drop of water is unique, because a snowflake comes from water. So everyone's aroma is unique, and to think that there may be billions, you know, millions of gardenias around the world, each frequency, each aroma is slightly different. There are classes and families of different types of plants, and there are, you know, different types of animals. Let's say birds. I can assure you, even though many birds of the same species sound alike, from a higher perspective, each one's voice is slightly different. We don't discern that, maybe with our ears, because our hearing is not as refined as divine hearing is. Yet God knows each one of us as unique. And we may be very alike someone else. And so if, let's say, if gardenia is your kind of your aroma, it's still going to be different than every other gardenia being in the universe who loves gardenias and claims that aroma and fragrance as his or her own. You know, think of all the different types of roses that exist. I've been in rose gardens around the world, and sometimes there's 20, 30, 40, maybe even 70 to 100 different types of roses in some of these large rose gardens or botanical gardens in certain countries, and especially in some of the large cities of the world. So every rose has a slightly unique fragrance, and it's the same with us. So what you claim or what you resonate with is probably part of your aroma, what you really, really love and what brings you the greatest joy, is very much likely to be part of your aroma. So smell the roses, and enjoy them. Smell the gardenias, enjoy them. Breathe in those sacred fragrances and allow them to resonate deep within your cells. And we know now that these floral essences, just like the sacred oils, as she mentions near the end of the heart stream about these oils, each one has its purpose and has its healing qualities or virtues. The botanics of heaven are phenomenal. And the sensitive people upon earth can communicate with flowers and plants and know what their fragrance or what their essence is and how it can be, like as an essential oil, very beneficial to our beings. So you are beneficial to life when you are loving. And the holy oil or the fragrance that you emanate can heal others. It can actually help heal others. So likewise, demons and discarnates put out a putrid smell, like sulfur or something. However, I think all of you, as daughters of God, sons of God, emit and emanate a beautiful harmonic frequency and aroma that actually helps to sustain a balance in your nation, in your cities, and is causative of certain spiritual blessings that come to people. So don't underestimate yourself. Realize your true nature and of how beautiful your soul is, your spirit, and then use the beauty of your being to bless others. So Zara asks, do flowers cluster according to different rays? Yes, they do, and we did have a heart stream a long time ago, I don't know, it's been many years, where the masters kind of, based on the color of the flowers, kind of qualified them or categorized them into different rays. And, so the purple flowers are, the purple and gold ray, and the very bright ruby colored flowers emanate a certain ruby frequency of the 8th ray. The sunflower, of course, the beautiful, beautiful yellow of the sunflower emanates the light of the sun. And, Moria's forget-me-not is really important, and the lilies of the valley with their beautiful white, I think a lot of them are white, have this lily light of the ascension current. So yes, they do emanate frequencies of the color that they are, because color is an aspect of the ray. Just as we have the color rays, so the flowers are these colors, and they do emanate those frequencies. And so even within flowers, there may be 20, 30 different shades of yellow or more, or different shades of blue, different shades of pink, golden pink. The beautiful peach color is one of the crystal rays. The aqua color is one of the crystal rays. And some of these combinations of colors are just amazing. Aqua teal, the golden pink. The Heart Center uses the golden pink rose on our home page. Tom Miller did that image, and it still stands because we are a movement of love wisdom. Love wisdom, that's the golden pink ray. So we are here to emanate the balance of heart and mind, or let's say heart-centeredness and mindfulness in combination, with a balanced heart and a balanced mind, so that we can bring that mindfulness and heart-centeredness to this planet and usher in a golden crystal age. And love wisdom is very important. It is so important. Our hearts are really our seat of wisdom through intuition, as we know, because all of us have intuition. And that is the deeper wisdom that we all have, rather than just mental acuity or learning by rote or how much information we've taken in and processed. That's not wisdom. That's knowledge. Part of it's knowledge. Part of it's just, memorization. But awareness comes both through the mind and the heart. And the sensitivity of mind that many of us have really originates from our sensitivity of heart, because we are loving, we are kind, we are bodhisattvas. We have chosen to help others and to stay on earth for, this long age of whatever, the Kali Yuga, so that we can help others to come out of their shells and to find God again. So I think we're at the end of our half hour together, unless you would like to go a little bit over and ask another question, but I think that's all what I see here on the chat.
Thank you, David, and thank you, Master Nada, for the beautiful heart stream.